everybody, and welcome to another amazing episode of The Boat Show. Our guest today is author, inspirational speaker, and founder of Steiner Sports himself, Mr. Brandon Steiner. How are you doing, Brandon?
Bradley, I'm doing phenomenal. And by the way, thanks for having me on the show. I've been waiting a long time to get on together with you, and here we go.
Tell us about the early days of you visiting Yankee Stadium and what it meant to you to eventually be a part of its history in your own way.
Bradley, what's crazy about the early days of me at Yankee Stadium is that I would go as a 10-year-old with a bunch of my friends on an hour-and-a-half train ride, no parental supervision. Whenever there was a doubleheader, that ticket had our name on it, or bat day. So, it was a very big part of my childhood. We probably went to 20 games a year. All of our friends sat in the obstructed seats, because the old Yankee Stadium had obstructed seats, down the left field line for $1.50. Now, look, I've been very grateful to have an opportunity to work with the Yankees, probably the greatest brand maybe of all the sports, and to take down the Cathedral, one of the greatest stadiums of all time, to be able to do that and partner up with the Yankees to make sure that it was done with class. And that's what I love about the Yankees. They could have just demolished the stadium and said, hey, we're moving on to the new one, but they really, really bought into the fact of really breaking that old stadium down with integrity, class, and with a great marketing scheme so that every fan can have a little piece of that stadium to remember. So I'm extremely grateful. I'm really humbled to take down one of the greatest stadiums of all time and make sure that the fans had a little piece of it to remember that stadium forever. So it was really one of my highlights, really, when I think about the stuff that I've created as far as a collector and a business person. It's probably one of my highlights.
I have a couple amazing Steiner pieces behind me. What has been your most starstruck or memorable experience meeting a star?
The funny thing, when I think about my early days being in the business of actually marketing players, which is really the first business I started, which we still do today, which is marketing of players, there's no question, meeting Clyde Frazier was like my idol growing up, and Earl Monroe, and then also, Muhammad Ali was amazing as well. To spend time and really talk with Muhammad Ali and work on some products with him, to be able to book appearances and do stuff with Clyde Frazier, a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest Knicks of all time, was amazing. And those were definitely some of the highlights when I think about early celebrities that I got a chance to work with. Certainly Earl and Clyde were my favorite backcourt as a Knicks fan, as a kid growing up, loving basketball. Muhammad Ali was bigger than life, and I always had bugs in my stomach. And even if I met him 100 times, which I got to be with him a whole bunch of times, it was always like the first time I had ever met him, and you knew he was somebody special and extremely generous. The lessons learned from him were amazing.
I heard a rumor that you beat Michael Jordan in basketball. Is there any truth to that, and can you tell us what happened?
Oh, that rumor about me playing Michael Jordan, let alone beating him, well, that's not a rumor, that's a fact. So don't be confused. You have to go to my YouTube channel or go to my website to find out the real story. But the truth of the matter was, I got hurt at this camp. I came back the next year. Sure enough, found myself playing in a pickup game with him. And I told him I was going to beat him up in a basketball game. And Michael denies it, but he knows it's true that I was able to hit a couple of shots on him. Actually, 3 shots. And one of them was the game winner. So yes, I did beat Michael Jordan in a game of basketball. You'd have to go either read my first book, The Business Playbook, which you can easily get online, or if you go to YouTube, Brandon Steiner, Michael Jordan, you'll find the video where I articulate the exact story, everything that happened. But make no mistake, I took Michael down.
Tell us a little about your most recent book, Living on Purpose, and how it differs from your other 2 books.
Well, my third book, Living on Purpose, is definitely different than the first 2. And I think, if you're younger and you're reading this, you're watching this interview, you'll realize that, you're probably striving to be successful. You're trying to figure out how to, to make the big bucks and everything else. But what you're probably not thinking about is what are you going to do after you become successful? Because I think the moral of the third book, Living on Purpose, is not only about being successful, but it's about doing more good. And it's about having more of a more well-rounded approach to success. And not just putting success in the money basket, but making sure you're paying attention to your family, friends, health, fitness. All those things matter. in the bucket of success. And I try to go through a whole bunch of scenarios. I'm not telling you what to do, but showing you kind of what I did as I got a little older to try to have a more well-rounded level of success. I love living on purpose. I mean, I wish, the feedback's been amazing, and highly recommend the book. It's a good book.
There has been a lot of talk online about your new company. Can you tell us a little about this new project?
Well, Bradley, you definitely hit it on the head. I'm glad you asked me this question because it's real. There is a new project called CollectibleXchange, cxstuff.com. And what I did is I'm just disrupting the collectible business by giving all collectors and fans a chance to put their own stuff up and buy, sell, and trade their own collectibles. So it's a different site. We just launched it, so you're right on target with this conversation. And it's a conversation where if you have something you don't know what it's worth, you can go to cxstuff.com and we give you a valuation. If you have products and stuff that you've gotten from friends and family or left to you, we can also get it authenticated. The site also very soon, which I'm giving you this tip, which nobody knows, will be launching a whole bunch of sites where players and celebrities will be able to sell their stuff directly to you. So I hope to see you on the site, registered. And if you want to sell something, you want to buy something, it's going to be a very, very cool place to buy and sell collectibles. I think there's over 10,000 items on there already.
That's all we have for today, Mr. Steiner. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. Make sure you check out his new book, Living on Purpose, and the new website, CollectibleXchange.com. And keep watching Bread of All Trades.
Well, Bradley, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. I love the work you're doing. If anybody wants to get a hold of me, you can message me on LinkedIn or Facebook, or go to BrandonSteiner.com and get my 22 rules for negotiating free. Actually, if you go there within the next 2 weeks, you'll get those 22 rules for negotiating free. And also, you can register for my blog, which you get on a 2 or 3 times a week basis, which you'll love. Hey, thanks a lot, Bradley. Have a great, great holiday season, and I'll talk to you soon.